すぐに片付けよう. You see, it's been a problem. I've gone like 2 days without speaking Japanese and already my pronunciation screwed up. すぐに片付けようかと迷ったが. So, I thought about cleaning up. Well, I worried about cleaning up immediately. So let's start with that. Like, I thought about cleaning up immediately. Suguni is immediately or at once. And then katatsukeru is to clean up or to tidy up or put in order. But he's saying katazukeyo kato or mayatta. So he's saying, kind of in volitional form, is like, I might clean up or I might not clean up. So he's worried about, I might clean up or I might not clean up. And then he says mayo, which is, in one sense, it's to lose your way or to get lost. But in another sense, it's to waver or hesitate. So, thinking about cleaning up, but まずは荷物を下ろして買った. So he wants to get rid of his 荷物. And his 荷物 is his luggage. And then we have 下ろす, which has a lot of different meanings, but in the general meaning, it means to like lower something. And I think that makes sense here, because it can also mean to drop anchor, but he's not dropping an anchor. But if his luggage is really heavy, then it's kind of like an anchor. And then, so, すぐに片付けようかと迷ったが、まずは荷物を下ろして買った. I wanted to put my luggage down. 使うようにと指示された部屋は2階にあると聞いている. So he's heard that the floor that he is supposed to use is on the second floor. So the second floor is like upstairs. And then Scal is to use or to make use of something. Shiji is the other word here. Shiji in this case, probably the best meaning is instructions or directions. I was instructed to use the room on the second floor. Heya is, of course, room or chamber. So we have all the words. 使うようにと. So he actually said, the sentence says 使うように, and then と is like the end of a sentence marker. So his instructions were, make sure you use this. 使うように. And the indication that it's an instruction is by the と. And then 指示された is like I was instructed to. 部屋は2階にあると聞いている. He's heard that the room that he's supposed to use is on the second floor. Right. There's a lot going on in that sentence. I'm glad I stopped here last stream. リビングの中央に立ち、僕はぐるりとI don't know how to pronounce that last word, but we don't need to. So, well, we need to, but not right now. Because there's so many other words I have to put in here. So, we already know living room. And then chuo is center. Like in the center or the middle of something. So because he's kind of in his own thoughts, he's kind of talking in a literary way. Instead of saying tatte, which is normally how you connect two sentences right before the comma there, he says tachi, which is just another way of conjoining sentences. So he says to stand up. So he stands in the center of the living room, living no chuo ni tachi. And then he says, boku wa gururi to. So me, he's looking at something. The kanji is me for mirror. I just realized I don't have my dictionary up, so I need to bring that up before I try to show it on the stream, or it's going to be a laugh. Oh, this is always not great. Let me just check something here in case I broke something. This is so fragile that even if I touch a window while I'm streaming this, I have this fear that everything's just going to fall over and break. Because it is about that, it's fairly fragile. Anyway, now that I have my browser. So we know that the first kanji is mi, as in miru. And I know that the second kanji is kai, as into kind of, which means rotate. And it looks like the word is mi mawari, or mi mawasu, to look around or to survey. So if I put this over here, I can then click the button and have it come up. So he says that he's standing in the middle of the room and surveying, but he does so gururi to, which is a mimetic expression for turning around or going around or turning about or rotating. So he's like saying that he's making rotating motions as he's looking around the room. Nikae to tsunagaru kairen wa sugu temai ni atta. Okay, so he's saying that the staircase that connects to the second floor is immediately in front of him. So we have nikae to, which is like to the second floor, and then tsunagaru, which is it this here? To be tied together, connected to, or linked to. It also has a meaning to lead to, but it's slightly different. And then we have kaidan, which is a staircase. And then temai, which is before oneself or in front of someone. Interesting thing about this word, if you watch any anime, you might hear people refer to other people as like teme, like in a really insulting way. It comes from this word. It's sort of like it's saying you, or like the thing that's in front of me, but when you say it to another person, it's really bad, so don't do that. Unless you want to insult them, in which case, by all means. Temai ni atta. Kisei. Oh, that's an interesting combination of kanji. I'm not entirely sure what that means. So I know that the first part is ki for tree, and the second part is like sei. It sounds like sei, and it looks like that. So we'll take that. Mokusei. Oh, it means made of wood. So I will add that. So the two kanji are literally like tree and I think it's construct or something. What does it say here? Or made in or manufacture. So the second kanji means like to manufacture something. So if something is wood made, it's made of wood. Mokusei de 手すりはなく、まるで、some more complicated. So, this sounds complicated. It's probably boring to listen to, but like it will get easier once we have characters that actually talk to each other rather than this guy just talking to himself in his head. Oh, so tesuri is a handrail or a banister. I hadn't heard of that before. Tesuri. 木製で手すりはなく. So there's no banister on the stairs. Like there's no handrail. Nothing to hold on to. まるで something. I'm going to guess that that is chair. It is not chair. I guessed badly. So I know that the second character is ko. And I could search like this to try and figure out all the combinations, but there's going to be a lot. So I need to actually draw the thing. Get to watch me draw really bad Japanese letters. And then this goes down, and then this goes down. And that gives us hashigo, which is a ladder. Okay. Hashigo. So, 規制で手すりはなく、まるではしごのような感覚だった。So he's saying that the stairs don't have a handrail. It's almost like they're a ladder. And that last word there is kankaku, which is like the sense or a sensation. Okay, how many sentences are we? Like 3, 2, 3? すぐに上がろうかと思ったが、リビングの奥から涼しげな音が聞こえてきた。Okay, so the first part of the sentence, すぐに上がろうかと思ったが. So I thought about going up straight away, but this guy thinks about doing a lot of things and then doesn't do them. すぐに上がる, which is the word to like to rise or to go up. And then I don't think I marked this word yet, but omol is to think about or to think of doing something. And then he says, リビングの奥から. So from somewhere deep in the living room. Oku has a lot of different meanings. But it's sort of like the inner part or inside or the interior or the depths. It can, depending on where it's used in the context, it can change. So, but it just really means inside and not just inside, but deeper inside. So, リビングの奥から from deep inside the living room. 涼しげ. Okay, so this is a word with a modifier. So this is the word 涼しい, which is cool or refreshing. And then we have, it's 涼しげ. And that is a little attachment that means seeming or giving the appearance of. I need to find a tag. So there it is. It looks like the word for ki, as in like from Genki, but it gets pronounced differently here. And you attach it to like adjective. So it's like a cool sounding thing. So it's not a cool thing, 涼しい, but it's a cool sounding thing, 涼しげ. And the thing that is cool sounding is oto, which is a sound. 涼しげな音が聞こえてきた. I could hear, let's see. Working backwards, I could hear a cool sounding sound coming from the middle of the living room. And he gets distracted by it. What is this? Sensei is a she. That's not how you use that word, but thank you. Kaze. I'm pretty sure this means wind chime, but I don't actually know how to do this. So let me bring this up again. Actually, I know how to type the first part because it's just kaze. I know you just painstakingly explained that. Yes, I did. I fell into that trap. So this kanji, I don't quite know. By the way, Sean, thanks for showing up. It's an unexpected surprise. Oh, there it is. Furin. It's a wind chime. Well, I knew it was a wind chime, but I didn't know how to write it. Furi no oto da. It's the sound of a wind chime. Minamigawa ni wa okime no balcony ga atta. So there's a rather large balcony on the south side. Let's work backwards. Balcony. Then we have oki, but oki is like being used with another modifier, which is me, which we saw last episode. Oki me. So it's a somewhat-ish large, and it is it's on the south side. Let's just add minami here, and then. Oops. So Minami by itself is south, and you have Gawa, which is side, so you end up with south side. Okay. Here is another kanji that I should be able to read, but I am not able to right now. So we have... Let's see, there's an I on the side. Oops. And then we have the kanji for good. Well, I always think of it as the kanji for good. I know it means something else. Then below, ganka, under one's eyes or below one's eyes. Okay. Ganka ni hirogara machi akari. So, under my eyes were the lights of the city, the shining lights of the city. Machi. And then akari should be pretty easy. Can also mean illumination. その向こうには、夜に沈む暗い海. So, on the other side of the city was sinking into the night, the black sea, I think. It's a really butchered translation into English. We know it's the sea. Is it kuroi or kurai? Kuroi. I got the pronunciation wrong. It's kuroi. And then shizumu is to sink or to go under or to submerge. But I think that was is that the same meaning here? Because the other meaning is to go down or to set. I think it's close enough. We'll use to sink or to go under as the meaning here. Muko is the word that I can't spell because I typed too quickly. Muko can mean, it usually means the opposite side, but it can also mean the opposite side way over there. But he's talking about it as like the opposite side to the town. Like the town's in front of him and the sea is behind that. So, その向こうには夜に沈む黒い海. Yeah, I think that makes sense. ここからは見果て町が一方できるようだ. Okay, so we have a place name, which is 見果て町, which is like one of the first words that you learn in this game. And then we have yet another word that I have trouble reading. So we have ichi, and then we need to draw this kanji, which looks, so it's a radical for death, moon, and then king. Is this the kanji for Darth Vader? Ichibo, one sweep of the eye. Mihatecho ga ichibo dekiru yo da. He can take in the entire town with one sweep of the eye. From here. So koko kara can mean from now on, but it can also mean from here. Or from this place. Right. そして、wow. I know that's one of the kanji for shop or hair. Nanchara yo no table ya isu ga mieru. So there is a table and a chair and some chairs. But what is this character here? We have this, and then this, and then that is it. Can't find it. Okugai, outdoors. Okay, so okugai itself means outdoors or outside. And then after it is the character for your, which is, can mean, or it does mean in this case, for the use of, so you can think of it as for the use of outdoors, for outdoor use. Like these chairs and tables are made for outdoor use. そして、屋外用のテーブルや椅子が見える. I forgot to actually put the word up for chair. This is what I thought was the word earlier that I thought was chair was not chair. This is chair. And then of course table. Icebox no hako no ue ni. So on top of the icebox. No, they actually say on top of the box, the icebox box. Icebox no hako. Hako means box. And then what kind of hako is it? It's an icebox. So we have an icebox box. So 上に above that ランプが光っていたThis is unusual reading. Tomoru, tobaru, tomoru. This is either tomoru or toboru. I'm not sure which. I haven't heard of this reading before. Tomotte-ita. So, ランプが灯っていた. There was a lamp that was lit. きっと、太陽. What does that mean by itself? This means sun. This is like normally sun is written using just the character for day, but in this case, they've used a different character. 日が落ちるとセンサーで自動的に点灯するのだ. So this says something like when the sun sets, a sensor will automatically turn the lamp on, I wonder. But to get the words on the screen, I need to look them up. To fall, to drop. Yeah, that works. So 自動的 is automatic. And then this word, might just do this on the screen here. I know that this is pronounced 10, but it's not any of the first 10 choices that come up when I type. And then this word is very badly drawn lamp. Tentor. It's a light, turning on a light. So this is like a verb. Tentor. There it is. Right. センサーで点灯、自動的に点灯するのだろう。Right. バルコニーの反対側はテーブルを something キッチンになっている。So on the other side, opposite the balcony, the living area becomes a kitchen. Okay. I don't know what that. I think it's the kanji that means, I can't even think of a word in English right now, like thin or cramped. But let's see if I'm right. Oops, no, I've got to do these parts first. Oh, I had it. I saw it. There it was. And then hasamu, to hold between, or to put between or sandwich between. Okay. think it's most natural English expression here is the sandwich between. So I'm going to say that. So sandwich between the balcony and the kitchen is a table. Yeah, naturally in English would say this is sandwich between the kitchen and the balcony is a table. What they've actually said on the opposite side of the balcony, there is a table that is sandwiched by a kitchen. Interesting. So hantai is like the opposite side. And then hantai gawa. Well, hantai means opposite or reverse, but hantai gawa means opposite side. So on the opposite side of the balcony. I think I've done this sentence to death now. I'm going to move on. その奥がどうやらバスルームになっているようだった。So in the back of the kitchen, it looks like somehow or other it becomes a bathroom. He actually uses the expression どうやら, which can mean possibly or apparently, but it can also mean somehow or other. I don't think it means somehow or other here, but I always think whenever anyone says どうやら, I always think of somehow or other. 多分洗濯機などもそちらに整えつけてあるのだろう。So there are probably washing machines and things like that prepared behind there. So he says perhaps or probably, 多分. And then 洗濯機. 洗濯機 is a washing machine. And then touch on this for a second. など is like etc. and the like or so forth. It's like things like this. So washing machines and things like washing machines is what he's referring to. そちらに整え Is it 整え? It is not 整え. It is 備える. Okay, so I kept thinking that this was 整える, which is to get ready to prepare or to arrange. But that was not the case. It is 備える, which is to furnish with or to equip or to install. So I need to learn that. I might add that to my study list. So like 整える is more like to get something ready, but 備える is to like equip or install or furnish. 備え付けて. Okay, this is like one of those redundant meaning things, but 備え付けて is like if 備える is to furnish something, and then 付ける can also mean to furnish something, then like 備え付けて means to furnish. Oh, hey, Will. Same kanji as I can't read that. 準備? Sorby. I got that wrong. In my defense, the chat window is awfully small on my screen. Sorby. That's cool. It is the same kanji as sobi, but not quite the same meaning. You wouldn't sobi a house, I think. And so sonayetsukete aru. So this is one of those interesting grammar points that comes up every now and again, which what is the best meaning here, actually? Because I'll bring this up so you can see what I'm looking at on my screen. So it can mean to be or to exist, but when you're talking about conjugating with verbs, it means something like to have already been done. I don't actually see that definition in the dictionary here. I wonder if it's under a different entry. It's not. Okay, I'm not going to waste too much time on that, but I should probably find a way to add that to this version of the dictionary that I'm working with. So yeah, there is a bathroom back there if you want to use it. Musosaku ni okarata. Does your dictionary have shitearu? It does not. So if you don't already know this, and you might not, the thing that's powering this is just Jisho, the website called Jisho, which I've just posted in chat. So all the data that I'm getting for the words is coming from there. It doesn't look like they have shitearu, but they often don't have... there's more vocabulary in that dictionary than there is grammar. But that's okay, because I can just like make up my own words and add them to this dictionary. I just don't want to do it right now. What I do want to do is look up musosaku. That's not right. Musosa. Okay, what does musosa mean? It can mean easy, simple, or ready. Musosa ni okarata senpuki ya sofa seto nado hitodori miwatashita tokoro de nanika ga tarinai koto ni kiga tsuita. So, working backwards, nanika ga tarinai koto ni kiga tsuita. He's realized that something is missing. So kigatsuku is to realize something, and the thing that he's realized is that something is tarinai, insufficient or lacking. And for completeness, I'm just going to put up nanika, which is something. So, but to go back to musosa, musosa ni okarata, so like it means that something has been put out within easy reach. Oh wait. Musosa ni okarata senpuki. Okay, so the thing that's been put out is a fan. Or electric fan, specifically. And then he says that there's a sofa set. Oh, I didn't type that right. Oh, it doesn't have sofa set. Okay. Well, you can guess what a sofa set is. He says hitodori, which is hitotori, probably. Hitotori. I think he means more or less here. Hitotori miwatashita tokoro de. So he looked over the entire scene. Miwatasu is that word that we had just earlier.